Namaskar and good evening. Today we'll take a look at NEULAND Laboratories with reference to its Q2 FY21 results. Obviously, it is a pharmaceutical company. The board of directors comprise of Dr. Davuluri Ram Mohan Rao, Dr. Davuluri Ram Mohan Rao, Chairman and Managing Director. Davuluri Suchet Rao is the Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer. Davuluri Saharsh Rao is the Joint Managing Director. Ram Mohan Rao is the Managing Director. Saharsh Rao is the Joint Managing Director. Suchet Rao is the Chief Executive Officer. The company business is split into three core areas: generic drug substances, that is GDS, custom manufacturing solutions, CMS, and then peptides, that's a new one. It is having three manufacturing facilities, all at Hyderabad, and an R&D facility that also is at Hyderabad. So basically a Hyderabad-based company. Now let us look at Q2 results. Net sales in Q2 is 241 crores. Previous quarter, that is Q1, 205 crores, and year ago quarter, 186 crores. That means year-on-year growth is 29.63% and quarter-on-quarter growth is 17.51%. Remember, sales 241 crores in Q2, year-on-year growth is 29.63% and quarter-on-quarter growth is 17.51%. Very good, reasonably well done. Net profit is 21.44 crores in Q2. Previous quarter Q1 15.16 crores and year ago quarter 8.69 crores. 21.44 crores net profit, that is year on year growth is 147% and quarter on quarter growth is 41.4%. Sales are 29.63% growth year on year. Net profit is 147% growth year on year. So very good, well done. NEULAND in Q2. Earlier also it has done reasonably well, I think in Q1 also reasonably well done. Equity stands at 12.9 crores. Basic EPS is 16.71. Here also 147% growth year on year and 41% growth quarter on quarter. So quarterly results are very good. Now Unit 3 has commenced revenue generation, which will act as a tailwind going forward. This is what the CEO says. Revenue growth of 29.6% was powered by both Prime and CMS verticals. Prime is GDS, generic drug substances. The MD says more molecules are progressing in the pipeline towards commercialization. Our focus will continue to be on adding products in both GDS and CMS that will drive long-term growth. So there are a number of molecules that they are preparing and they are going towards commercialization through various stages in both GDS and CMS. GDS means generic drug substances, CMS means contract manufacturing services. EBITDA margin has improved to 17.1% in Q2 from 16.7% in the previous quarter and 13.6% in year ago quarter. Profit after tax margin has come to 8.8% from 7.3% previous quarter and 4.6% year ago quarter. The total income has increased by 29.6%, balanced growth in both GDS and CMS. They have filed a DMF for Edaravone with US FDA. There are 43 API projects and 35 intermediate projects at different stages. They are all proceeding towards commercialization. There are, as already said, 3 regulatory approved manufacturing facilities, all at Hyderabad, 731 kiloliters capacity. Product portfolio consists of 75 plus products across 10 therapeutic categories. Regulatory filings are in excess of 898. And NEULAND has presence in 80 plus countries. Exports revenue is 75%. And total regulated markets revenue is 93%. That's what the latest results say. For your information, CMS means contract manufacturing services, that is work executed exclusively for customers on products which they want and at different stages of their life cycle. GDS comprises both prime and specialty APIs. Prime APIs means mature APIs with lot of competition. Specialty means they are also APIs but with less competition. Now the Q2 results are very good. Market price is 1124, somewhere around that. Price earning ratio is 16.8, not low, not high. Volumes are 29,000 only. That is somewhat low, not very low, moderate. 52-week low is 247, 52-week high is 1335. It has galloped from 247 to 1335 and now fallen back to 1124. Anyway, it is very near to 52-week high. Let us also take a look at the last 5 years sales and net profits. Sales have progressed from 509 crores in March 2016. 509 crores 5 years back. Now 762 crores in the last year, March 2020. Reasonable, 250 crores added, 50% added. But current progress seems to be faster. Net profit, however, has been topsy-turvy. March 2016 year was 27 crores, then March 2017 46 crores, then 12 crores, then 16 crores, and March 2020 also 16 crores. So last 5 years profitability has been topsy-turvy. Now cash flows for the March 2020 year, operating activities 57 crores, investing activities minus 48 crores, financing activities minus 5 crores, net cash flow 3 crores. Current performance is very bullish. Last 5 years performance, sales are okay, but profit margins are topsy-turvy. Valuations, if you look at that, market cap is 1438, book value is 549, price to book is 2, book value 549, okay, face value is 10 rupees. Margins, if you look at that, for the March 2020 year, 13.86. Previous year it was 9.27, still previous year 10.42. Gross profit margin has slowly improved in the last 5 years, but prior to that it was higher, much higher. 5 years back it was 16, 4 years back 18. Operating margin likewise, in the last 3 years it has increased from 6.5 to 9.76%. 9.76% is okay, good. In the March 2020 year we are talking of. Net profit margin is 2.12%. 5 years ago it was 5.3, now 2.12. So net profit margin in the last year had fallen, but in the latest quarters it is reasonably good. Return on net worth is 2.28%, low, I would say, March 2020 year. ROCE 8.52, reasonably good. Return on assets is 1.31%. not so good. Debt equity ratio is good, 0.35%. Interest coverage is good, 3.45%. Now, if you look at the historical prices, currently it is at 1124. 3 years back also 1124. So, if you had invested then and kept quiet, so there would have been no improvement. 2 years back, however, it had fallen to 545. And if you had purchased at that, you would have got 105% return. 1 year back, it was still lower at 501. So, currently 1124, you would have got 123% appreciation. 3 years back, it was 1124. From there onwards, it had fallen. Now, 1 month before also, it was at 1276. So, it has fallen to 1124. Dividend track record, it is at 20% usually. Shareholding, if you look at that, 36.2% in March 20 quarter. Latest I have to check up. There is a pledge of 4.31% then. Of course, latest results are good. Company has got good EPS growth, net profit growth, net profit margin growth, very low debt. Revenue has been increasing in the last 2 quarters. Book value is increasing. So, mutual funds have decreased their shareholding in the last quarter. ROE, etc. are declining. Promoters have are sometimes decreasing their shareholding. Net cash flow should be a little higher. It's not commensurate with the operations. So, the NEULAND Laboratories latest results are good. 3 verticals. JDS has got prime and peptides, prime and specialty, and then CMS is there. Now, mostly it is with the Dauluri family. Everything concentrated at Hyderabad. In the latest last 4-5 quarters, it is clocking very good revenue. Net sales are 241. At this rate, it may clock 1,000 crores per annum. Net profit is also increased by 146%. Basic EPS also is now good. So, now it is improving. And it seems from the latest annual report and from the latest quarterly report, what we find is now they are energetically pursuing profitability and products improvement. They are improving their sales pitch in all the quarters, and earlier they were a lot dependent on Chinese raw materials. Now they are slowly starting to reduce that. The government has also announced some incentive schemes for preparing locally. So, that also in future for the whole pharma sector, they have announced. So, even as on date, many pharma companies of India are dependent on Chinese raw materials a lot. Now, they are slowly starting to reduce. We have seen Laurus Labs also is doing that. NEULAND Laboratories also is doing that. Many other companies are doing that. Government has announced a PLI scheme, production linked incentive scheme, for preparing this APIs, etc. within India. Thank you for listening. I will be back with you with another good company. See, in all these things, you have to look at not only the current performance. You also need to look at previous quarter's performance, previous year's performance also if possible. If previous years are also progressing well, previous quarters are also progressing well, and latest quarter the best, that would be my choice at least. Now you also will have to choose something like that. See, there are 3,000 companies. You can choose well. You don't have to fall for everything that comes your way. Thank you for listening. Choose well, progress well, and become a crorepati billionaire. See, in India, we should aim to become billionaires within our lifetime. As somebody said, being born a poor man is not a sin at all, but dying a poor man is a sin. Choose well, come up well. I wish you all the best. Thank you.